Okay, let's have a talk about how the unit works. There's lectures. All right, lectures are recorded. They will be the usual Canvas lecture bit. Then, as you can see, I've got divider slides happening in the lecture as I go. That's because I'm going to cut this up, put it into 10-minute blocks, and put it into YouTube. The reason why I'm doing that is because I think it's easier to listen in 10-minute blocks than it is to allocate a whole hour to listen to a lecture that you've missed. The other thing is that you can then look at each bit and go, oh, I've forgotten how to do that bit of the interview. You can find that particular 10-minute block and revisit it, instead of having to go through the whole interview lecture to try and find it. I'm doing that because I'm conscious that you guys are short on time. And it's easy for me to do, and then it means that you can actually, if you miss a lecture, then you can actually go in, find that 10-minute block. I would love you to come to lectures, A, because it's much easier to talk to a room full of people than an empty room, and also B, because it is going to be dialectic. When I get to the end, we're going to have some questions and answers, if I can stay on time. Okay? So we'll be there. Lectures, tutorials. Tutorials is where assessment A happens, assessment D happens. All right, a lot of the tutorials will be about you working on your assessment D with your partner. So it's really important to come to tutorials. As I said, it's where we're going to build the skills. So tutorials are very important for this unit. There's a reading list in Canvas. All the readings are sitting in it. It took me ages to work out how to do it, but now I've worked it out. There's also a textbook. On Canvas, I put a link to Amazon or Book Deposit. I mean, Amazon goes to the Book Depository as well. I've told you to buy it online because I buy things online. But it's also in the 3-hour loan in the library. So if you don't have a textbook, that's cool. Make sure you find it in the library because you will need it. Because there's a reading from it every week. So you need to know where the textbook is and have access to it. As I said, it's YouTube as well. This quote I quite like because it's really important that you understand that we're going to poke and pry with purpose in this unit. But I want you to explore what you want to poke and what you want to look at. What do you want to pry at? I want to have a look at this. Go for it. Have a look at that. I don't care. But you want to do it? Go for it. Show me in your essay where your exploration is of that. Happy for that. This is the YouTube. That's a screenshot of the YouTube channel. If you subscribe to the channel, it means that you don't even need Canvas when you're on your bus to listen to a bit of the lecture. So feel free, drop in there, subscribe, don't subscribe, I don't care. But it is where I've got how to do assessment A, finding journal articles which you need for assessment B, and how to do assessment B. I've also now got a video up there on how to do assessment C. I'm also thinking I'm going to do a video on bias, but I'll have a think about that. And if you want a video about something, just put a request in Canvas and I'll have a think about it. Okay? I deliver to high school students through YouTube, which is why I use it, because it works for them. I'm assuming it'll work for you. Anyway, let's see how we go. If it doesn't work, that's cool. Let me know and we'll have a think about it. Okay, interface. You will all know about interface, I assume. I want to use it fairly heavily. So if you've got interface this week, put a comment in. I'm a qualitative researcher. I like words. Give them to me. Tell me what you think. You know, that's how I will be able to adapt and change the unit as we go through. All right, I'm up for that. I want to do that. I want to see how we go. I've posted something on a discussion. I don't know, do you guys like discussions in Canvas or not? Okay, thank you. That was so responsive. I put a discussion. If you want to have a discussion up there, feel free to put a discussion up there. I'll drop in and check it. I don't know. I want to give you guys that option of communication. Unit outline, you've already got it. Emails. I don't check this email a lot. I will check it morning and night now. But there's no point in sending me an email at 11:30 and needing a response by 1:30 in the same day. It's just not going to happen. You need to give me lead time. Okay, so just be conscious that I don't do that, especially on Tuesdays and Wednesdays because I tutor for the full day. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays I probably won't check it at all. So just be conscious that the email correspondence is not immediate. I don't have an office because I'm a sessional staff member. So that means my consultation hours, I'm having them outside Nomad at the wooden table there. I was there yesterday. One student turned up. It was fun. So Mondays, 1:30 to 3:30, I'll be there having coffee, sitting by myself, unless you all come along. So that's where my consultation hours. I just like coffee. Okay. And obviously Canvas is a means of communication. All right. I'll put announcements up. Everything's in the modules. I am adding to the resources as we go, which I think is the next slide. Okay, so this is the readings. Oh, good, I'm on time. Okay, so as I said, I have used the reading list in Canvas this time around. I've chosen readings from really textbook-based products. They're online textbooks at Sage, and I've done that because I want you to find your own journal articles. I didn't rely heavily on journal articles this time. Last year we did. I relied heavily on these online textbook things. A couple of reasons for that. I think it makes it a bit more accessible. I think some of the concepts I think are explained quite well in those chapters. But be conscious that I've linked the whole book, but told you what chapter you need to read. So be very careful. Now this is assessment A. So if you put your name down to present in week 3, you're going to go to the reading list and you're going to go to week 3, and one of those is the reading that you have to do. So this is where you go to find your assessment reading. It's not in the main module, it's here. Don't get that wrong. Okay? So make sure you go to the reading list. As I said, I've already talked about the textbook. Buy it, but buy it through Amazon. There's some second-hand copies for like $12. So, no, there aren't any second-hand copies for $12? Oh, Book Depository will. Yeah, either that or get a VPN. Not that I'm telling you how to rot the system. I just really object to the way it works. Anyway, the other thing is in the modules, I'm putting additional readings. I'm adding to these as I go. I listen to a few different podcasts, so every now and then you'll find me throwing up a podcast. You don't have to look at them. They're there to guide you. If you do your essay on discourse analysis, it's probably a good idea to look at the additional readings on discourse analysis. If you're doing your essay on ethnography, it's a good idea to look at it there. See where I'm going with this? You are time poor. I appreciate you're not going to read everything. You're not going to look at everything. I mean, some of the stuff is YouTube clips and things like that. So the extra additional sources aren't just reading. Okay? I like to use lots of different avenues. The world is amazing. The internet is a beautiful thing. Okay? Wikipedia is a beautiful thing. Okay? Shh, don't tell anyone. But please do have a look. Have an explore. Yep? Canvas is your friend. It's got lots of stuff there. I'm adding to it.